G'day guys, and today I want to talk about the front cover of the Daily Telegraph from November 21st Australian time. Now, this is a very specific thing to talk about. Why would I be talking about this? Well, it's tangentially related to my last video on the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration. Thankfully, Australia has pulled out, if you want the too long didn't read version of that video. I think I can best explain why I want to talk about the front cover of this newspaper with a bit of a narrative tale. So what happens is, at one of my jobs, I go and collect the newspapers in the morning for customers to read. They're just lying around, they can pick them up. And as I was carrying them back over, I noticed this headline down in the bottom left corner, PM tells UN to butt out. And I instantly thought, oh good, we're going to be pulling out of the Global Compact for Migration. That's really great. And I got really excited about it, and I wanted to make a video talking about it, and I read the article and all that stuff. Took the newspaper home to use it as a source for information, that sort of thing. And I didn't really notice a bit of an issue until much later. So I finished the video, put the newspaper down, and then I noticed, hey, this is a little weird. Look at this front cover. Now, what is odd about the front cover of this newspaper is probably pretty obvious. We have this really important article down on the bottom left. It can decide the fate of Australia, the erasure of our borders, national sovereignty, the enslavement of the Australian native population to economic migrants. Really important stuff. But we have this enormous article here detailing a rugby player, Jarryd Haynes, being arrested for alleged sexual assault. And this is really, really fucking frustrating to me. Why does the Daily Telegraph think this is more important and more eye-grabbing? So obviously what happens is, when you walk past, say, a newsagent or the shops or something and they have the newspapers out, you're going to scan across the newspaper because that's just what your eyes do. And they think that this report of Jarryd Haynes being arrested for potential sexual assault is more eye-grabbing and more important than Australia leaving the Global Compact for Migration. Now, of course, the Global Compact for Migration article doesn't have a photo down there, but they could have had a big photo of Scott Morrison, looking like, I don't know, shouting or being dominant, pointing his finger or something like that, or evil, smiling, bald potato head man Peter Dutton, laughing at child migrants or something like that. They could have made it attention-grabbing, but they didn't. They clearly think, at least in my view, that this article right here of alleged sexual assault and arrest, the footy player, the celebrity, is more important and more eye-catching, and this is what Australia wants to read. And the kick in the dick is the slogan up at the top, the Daily Telegraph, we're for you. Alright, so they're for us, that's great. They're going to deliver news to us that's really important, so it's there for us. Now, obviously, what's really important is a bloody footy player getting arrested, not the UN Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration, which, as I've mentioned, erases the borders, enslaves us to the whims of economic migrants, and defers our control of the borders to the UN. Even the fucking article of the good, bad and ugly from 25 years in fashion gets a bloody bigger spread, and it gets a picture too, and different colours, that purple contrast with the black and the blue background. It's going to catch your eye more than, square box, text, one word in red and that sort of thing. And that's not even getting started on this, picture of the footy player looking in. They got yellow text, it's all highlighted, it's really important. Look at that enormous headline, reality bites, and look at him, he's getting out of the car and his eyes are a bit screwy, he's got that pedo mustache, he looks really fucking guilty. But the UN Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration, oh fuck that, just stick it in the bottom left corner, don't give it anything, Continue that shit on page 4, after the dance attack stalking alerts. So a woman reported to the police a series of crude phone calls allegedly made by parolee 1 month before he attacked a young girl at the dance studio. That's not insignificant, but relative to the destruction of Australian borders, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, just continue that, because that's what people want to read. They want to flip open the paper, they want to get good news, important news. The Daily Telegraph is for us, it's news that's really important for us. So let's read about one woman reported to the police a series of crude phone calls made by a parolee before they attacked a young girl. That is so much more important, and we want to serve you as the Daily Telegraph. We want to have news that's important for you. So let's talk about this one girl instead of possibly the biggest geopolitical mistake that Australia could have made in the last century. Alright, that's way more important. And that's not even getting fucking started on this footy player. Who the fuck cares? Anyone who cares about celebrity drama. Anyone who buys those fucking magazines at the shop checkout talking about, fuck, I don't even know, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie break up for the 7th time, exclusive picture. Anyone who fucking buys those things is an NPC. You are a non-playable character and you have nothing interesting going on in your life. You are so unself-activating, so empty of curiosity for knowledge or anything like that. You know, it pisses me off because you got, the phone. Everyone has a phone. Most people have a computer. You can look up so much interesting stuff. You can research the history of the world. You can learn so much about the world. But you just choose to spend your time fucking reading about celebrities who don't give a fuck about you. It just fucks me off really bad. That was a bit of a tangent, of course. But yeah, it's disturbing that the Daily Telegraph thinks they can just sort of stick this down on the bottom right. But maybe they were ordered to, Maybe people who own the Daily Telegraph, maybe they have a parent company, maybe they didn't want people to know about this. But if they didn't report on it even a little bit, well, people might kick up a stink and say, hey, this is really, why aren't you reporting on this? Something else that I've noticed that I may as well just touch on whilst I'm here is we have people in sort of the alternative media or the sort of populist uprising that's going around the world. And of course they say, CNN, left-wing corporate media, it's all bullshit. CNN, MSNBC, and down here in Australia we have the ABC News, or I guess that's government funded. We have The Project, or as it's often referred to, The Fucking Project. We have Q&A, we have all these left-leaning media, and we say, hey, that's bullshit, it's bias and all this shit like that. It's crap. But then on the same foot, we turn around and say, hey, look, Fox News is really great. The Daily Telegraph, they're a conservative thing. They're really great. And I disagree. It's the same bullshit corporate media, the same paper format that is going out of date, or the online news that you have to pay for, which is a bunch of bullshit. All that is doing is just wearing different colours. And I guess that's why people tolerate it, because it's saying the things that they like. But it's still the same bullshit format. And I think this really proves it. Because, look at this, if you're a conservative, you should really care about this issue, but they have this stupid tabloid spill on the front, and they have the audacity to run the headline, or the slogan, "We're for you." So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to make a video pointing out the ridiculousness of this front page cover format. Bit of a over nothing, but I think it deserves pointing out, because we need to understand that even right-wing papers like the Daily Telegraph, at least here down under, or Fox News, it's all the same bullshit. And yeah, that's about it. It's all bullshit. All this old paper news is bullshit. So thanks all for sticking around, and have a good one.